Hello YouTube, Yukog here, and we're doing another track guide, this time at Misano in the McLaren. So, really focus on my racing line here and how much curb abuse I'm doing, because that is the key to getting a really fast time here. So, turn 1, braking just before the 50, throw it in, roll it through, and as soon as you exit on the brakes again for this tight left-hander, don't run too wide because you've got to prepare for this fast right-hander immediately after, which you want to take flat. And now another quick sequence of corners. Brake in just as the grass ends there. This corner you want to really compromise for your exit, so keep it very tight coming through that second right-hander so you can take this left-hander flat, and then you're building speed all the way down the straight and can potentially give you an overtake as well if you do it good enough. Now, 2 hairpins back-to-back. Really long swooping hairpins. Braking on the 100-meter board, using all the track, running it wide, and then bringing the car back across for the second hairpin. Brake just as you start turning in. Start trailing the brakes as well to rotate the car, and as soon as you can see the exit on the throttle, I like to keep it in second there as well, because if you go down to first gear, it can rip up the rear wheels a bit. So second seems, at least to me, to give the best traction. Now, 3 fast right-handers, there's 1. The first 2 are flat, but as soon as you come out of this second one on the brakes, because this final one's a little bit tighter, on the power, really commit. As soon as you exit on the brakes again for this very tight right-hander. And now we've got a tricky last 2 corners. This corner is just barely flat if you can really nail it. And then the final corner, braking on the 50. Keep it tight all over that curb. Don't run it too wide because those yellow and black sausage curbs are a little bit deadly. And that is a lap of Misano. Now, this first sector is all about compromise. So you've got 3 corners here. The first one, you don't want to run too wide because you want to set up for this one. And again, you don't want to run too wide because this is the main corner you want to set up for. You want to be able to take this flat. And it's the exact same for these next 3 corners. You want to run this first corner, and this second corner you want to compromise because you've got this final corner coming onto this fast straight here, which is where all the time is in that sector. Now, some of these curves you can run, like you'll see me doing these e-sport lines by running super wide here and tucking it back across the track, but some of them you can't. The last corner, the yellow and black curb isn't too friendly, and then the fast left-hander coming onto that back straight we just did, the yellow and black curbs there are a little bit unfriendly. A rule of thumb really is if you're doing slow corners in the first sector, you can run the yellow and black curbs. If you're doing fast corners on exits, don't run those. Basically, don't run any of the yellow and black curves on any exits. You want to have a very high downforce setup here because there's not too much straight line actually. You don't even get into 6th gear here. You want to have a safe setup though, because that fast right-hander can be a bit scary if you have a loose setup. Let's see if we can nail this. There we go, we're getting a good line through there. And yeah, just really, this whole track is about compromising for your final exit in a sequence of corners, and just knowing how much you can get away with before you get a track limit warning. Look at the exit we got from that. Oh. See there? You see, we didn't compromise for that left-hander, and that cost us big time. That cost us big time. We got an invalidation and lost about 0.2 of a second, which is very unfortunate because that was shaping up to be a very good lap. Now we'll go over a few more track limit problems that you could definitely face in the race. So what I just did there, even though I lost time, that could be a track limit warning. It's very, very strict around here, and there's one thing you really need to watch out for in this game since I started playing it 2 years ago, is this corner. If you do this, if you run in too fast and run wide here, the game thinks that you've run wide and taken an advantage coming out of that right-hander, and then also going into that hairpin you've taken an advantage. So instead of getting 1 track warning, you'll get 2. So it's really brutal. So that corner, if you ever run wide there, you just got to really slow down as much as you can, because it can just ruin your race and give you a drive-through. See right now, literally my first lap back, if we can get a really spicy one. Bit of a kick on the exit, but it was still nice. That was nice and tight. Oh, I'd say let off the throttle a little bit around that left-hander because I didn't keep it tight enough, you might have noticed, but it was still a good sector. Bit wide here. Oh, we're losing time. Oh, we just lost like... Oh, we lost almost a tenth maybe. That was absolutely mwah! That's how you want to do it. Like, right, let's try and be really committed for this final sector now. Nice. And that is a pretty damn good lap at Misano. A 32.5. Not bad. Not bad at all. If you can get into the 32s, that's pretty much alien pace around here. But yeah, you'll notice, like I say, the biggest tip I can give you is just figuring out what you can get away with track limits, and the time will come. The time will come. So hopefully that's helped you guys out. Fingers crossed you can increase your lap times, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.